and welcome to KCS Online Social Studies, Summer Edition. My name is Lauren Cheatham, and I'm a teacher at Adrian Burnett Elementary School. Hi, Cardinals! Today, we're going to learn all about culture. That means what a group of people have in common and how they live. For us to understand the word culture, we have to know that we belong to some different people groups. You are part of a community. A community is a place where people live, work, and play. There are lots of places in a community. There's a school, a grocery store, a post office, a bank, a playground, and many more places. You'll also find lots of workers in a community. Some of these would be doctors and nurses, police officers, firefighters, a mailman, a librarian, and a baker. You are also part of a school. There are lots of places in a school building. You have a gym, a classroom, an art room, a cafeteria, a library, and many more places. You'll also find workers in a school. There are cafeteria workers that make our yummy lunches, school nurses who are ready to take our temperature, custodians who keep it nice and clean, teachers like me who teach you lessons, principals who are in charge of our schools, and we can't forget the most important, the students, you guys. You are also part of a family. Families can look very different. Some people live with their grandparents, some people with a mom and dad, others may live with an aunt or an uncle. Also, some families are very small and some families are very large. That can be a difference too. Some people even include their pets as part of their family. Your family also lives in a home. Types of homes can be different too. Some may live in an apartment, some may live in a house, some in a condo, and some in a mobile home. Wow, our families have a bunch of differences, including the traditions and customs we have. Traditions and customs are things that we do that have been passed down for a long time. An entire country might share a custom, but it could just be a special family tradition. These include the way we talk, the foods we eat, the homes we live in, the way we dress, and even how we celebrate holidays. It's really neat to learn about different cultures. Here in America, we take traditions and customs from all over the world, and that makes our country really special. Language, or how we speak, is part of someone's culture. Let's listen to hello in some different languages.
Hi, hello. Ni hao. That's hello in Chinese. Viet. Bonjour. Going to Michael. Hola. Ni hao.
Now let's look into some games, food, and celebrations in some different countries to learn about their culture. Let's take a little trip. Our first stop is in Mali. That's a country in Africa. My great-grandmother lived in Mali many years ago when she worked as a missionary. Here is an example of traditional African art. This is a card she sent at Christmas time while she was there. Also, here's an example of traditional clothing that was worn at that time. Here in America, African Americans often celebrate and honor their African culture during Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is a 7-day festival that celebrates family, community, and culture. A different candle is lit every night to celebrate a different principle of Kwanzaa. They also gather together for a feast, give gifts, and sometimes dance. Here we are at a street festival in Mexico. A traditional form of music in Mexico is mariachi music. Mariachi bands usually wear sombreros and use maracas. Corn is also very important in the Mexican culture. It's used in almost every meal. Here in America, we often use flour tortillas, but corn tortillas are actually more popular in Mexico. Also here in America, we have many people who celebrate Cinco de Mayo. It's a holiday in Mexico celebrating their victory over the French in an important battle. Today, many people in the United States enjoy yummy Mexican food on this day. Here we are at the Atlanta Braves baseball stadium. Baseball is America's favorite game. We do take lots of traditions and customs from other countries, but there are a few things that you think of when you hear the USA. One thing that you often think of is red, white, and blue. And here in the South, we often think of country music. Have you ever heard the phrase, as American as apple pie? Another thing that we think about when we think about America is the 4th of July. That's when we celebrate our independence. People shoot fireworks and have parades, and it's a lot of fun. So here is your task, kindergartners. I want you to learn about your own culture. You can ask grown-ups in your house, and if they don't know, maybe you can research it together. And you're going to draw in some things like the clothing you wear, a dish your family makes, the language that they speak. Draw the flag and draw in a holiday tradition. Some examples might be maybe your family is Italian and you guys make delicious lasagna. That would be a great thing to draw. Or maybe your family celebrates Hanukkah and you could draw a menorah in the frame. Those are just some examples. You'll have to talk to people at your home to learn about your culture. Also, if you have the time and the stuff you need, it would be a lot of fun to actually dress up in the clothes, maybe make a flag out of fabric or paper, and make the dish that you draw. Have fun and learn a lot about culture.